using up so much of your money, you have to take mine.
Daddy!
I don't know why you have
We're just giving up your own money, then I'll take it. I'm just telling you like that.
Everybody
Oh,
has
reasonable.
understanding, Sean.
Daddy!
Right, true. So it's compensation.
What are you? Stop it! You bought that. Will you just stop?
Right, I bought it so I can take it.
Bree is calling you, Sean.
Why don't you just take this offer after breaking?
Daddy!
What?
Are you going to tell me a story tonight?
It's my turn. Didn't I tell you a story last night?
But that's because you said Mommy wasn't feeling well. So it's your turn again.
So, what kind of story do you want tonight?
I don't know.
How about, once there was a little girl named Bree who couldn't decide what kind of story she wanted, so her dad didn't have to tell her one, and he left.
No! I want a story about a pirate.
A pirate? Tired of Mommy's princess stories? Okay, a pirate. Once there was a pirate, a brave and fearless pirate with golden earrings and golden teeth.
Why did he have golden teeth?
Because he could afford them.
He bought his teeth?
Yep, and he had an eye patch and a wooden peg leg.
Did you buy my teeth?
Do you want a story or a dental lecture?
Sorry.
Anyways, he had an eye patch and a peg leg and a parrot that perched on his shoulder and talked to him. And they called him the Hook.
What was his real name?
Nobody knew. Even he'd forgotten. He was known only as the Hook, because one of his hands had been replaced by a hook. One day, the Hook was sailing through the Straits of Malacca. It was a stormy night. I mean day, but it was as dark as night. And the boat was rocking like this.
Hey, Sean, you're supposed to be putting her to sleep.
Then you come tell her a bloody story then.
Daddy, don't swear.
Anyways, it was a stormy day, and through the waves and the rain all around him, the Hook couldn't see where the land was. His parrot was calling, "Danger, danger," but the Hook wasn't afraid.
Why not?
Because he was a brave and fearless pirate. Could get through this, could get through anything. Calmly, he said to his parrot, "Fly ahead and see where the land begins. And when you get there, tie the end of this rope around a tree."
How could his parrot tie a rope around a tree?
Don't interrupt me. My story. The parrot was very special. That's why he was important to the Hook. So he took the rope and he flew on ahead, swerving in the wind and the rain, flying hard, even though the rope weighed on him and the wind pushed against him, because he knew he mustn't let his friend down. Eventually, he reached land, and he found the biggest, strongest tree, and he tied the rope around it, pulled it tight, and he flew back and he perched on the Hook's shoulder. "Good job," said the Hook, and he grabbed the rope, and he pulled over the waves and against the rain and the wind. He pulled the ship until he came across and he pulled it up on the beach and onto land. Good night, Bree.
I have an interesting twist on Cinderella.
No, I don't want Cinderella. Daddy started telling me a story last time.
And did he?
What's that? It's called The Hook.
The Hook? That doesn't sound like a story for little girls. Is it scary? Is that even scary to you?
No, it's about a pirate. He has gold teeth and an eye patch, and he sails on this big pirate ship with his parrot. And they have lots of cool adventures and stuff. I want a story about the Hook.
Well, it sounds all right. The Hook. One day, the Hook was sailing his ship on the big blue ocean, the sunlight sparkling around him. And this day, his compass went missing. He looked anyone seen my compass?" he asked, but they all shook their heads silently. As the hook was walking away, frustrated, his parrot squawked. The hook turned to look and saw that his parrot... What's the parrot's name, Bree?
He doesn't have one.
Well, let's call it Polly then.
But Polly's a girl's name.
Well then, Polly's a girl. There's nothing wrong with having a girl parrot, is there?
I guess not.
Or did your daddy say that the parrot had to be a male?
No. Can you just tell us a story?
All right. But you make sure you tell Daddy that Polly's a girl tomorrow night, okay? Sometimes your father doesn't appreciate women very much.
Mommy.
Yes, the story. Polly was fluttering around the head of one of the crew members and making a terrible racket. "Polly, stop that!" the hook cried, but his parrot continued. As the hook came closer to try and pull the parrot away, Polly suddenly ripped at the sailor's shirt pocket, and out of it tumbled the hook's compass.
What?
"What were you doing with my compass?" the hook demanded angrily. The crew member was very scared, and he said, "I'm sorry, I found it lying on deck, and I didn't know it was yours. I'm very poor, and I thought I was lucky to find it so that I could sell it back at home. I didn't know. I forgot I had it. I'm very sorry."
But he can't be poor. He's a pirate.
Well, he was a new recruit. He hadn't got much share of the treasure yet.
Oh. What's a recruit?
He was a new member of the ship.
So, was he a stealer?
No, darling. He was a poor man, and he needed a way to earn money. And he hadn't known the kinds of found amongst the captain. He'd done nothing wrong. You understand?
Yeah.
He didn't deserve punishment. The hook didn't understand that, and he decided that this man must walk the plank.
No! The hook is nice!
Yes, of course, you're right. The hook is a nice man. What was I thinking? He was very understanding. He listened to the man and realized it was a small mistake. The only punishment was he told the man he would have to eat only dry crackers for a week.
I like crackers.
Yes, indeed. So, after the hook reached his compass, they set sail for uncharted waters. 2 days into the trip, once they were off the map and the ship's cartographer was making
What's a
maps,
cartographer?
was constructing a new map for these parts, the man on lookout cried, "Ship ahead!" The hook peered through his telescope. Sure enough, there was a rival pirate ship in the distance. "Man the cannons!" the hook cried.